Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber and you're here with Lemon and Sunshine. And today I am talking about you should never be bored, but if you are, let me tell you what to do. Okay? So I haven't been bored for years, okay? Ever since I discovered that I can paint, um, I've never been bored since. Ever since I broke my leg and had to spend all this time on the couch and I just felt super, super bored, I ended up learning that I like to paint. I learned through YouTube how to paint with a heavy textured acrylic paint. And then this led to me taking my obsession with flowers to the next level, where now instead of gardening and growing flowers, I actually create them here in my home as artworks. And if you're interested in any of those, you can shop my link below at lemonandsunshine.com. I do also have a few greeting cards, and these are not bifold. These are just like one-sided greeting cards, and on the back it says, "Meet the artist, all about me." So if this is something you're interested in, please shop my Zazzle link, also my print on demand link, that is located down below, or you can access it through my website as well. So ever since I broke my leg and started to paint, I have known how to receive ideas. And I think this is a skill that you have to develop. Ever since I figured out how to do it, it has become effortless. In fact, I can't tell you how many nights I have been trying to go to sleep and lay there and just trying to calm my mind because I'm just receiving thousands of ideas, of wonderful ideas, I might add, of cool things I could do, cool things I could do to make money, fun things I could do to inspire other people. The list goes on and on and on forever. There is no end to these ideas for me. So I think the first thing that you really need to do if you want to become inspired like I am 24/7, or in all my waking hours, the first thing you should do to get inspired is you need to follow your excitement. And this means you're not going to be picky, you're not going to be choosy, you're not going to insist that the things you do all have to make sense and that they all have to be in line with things you've done in the past and things you want to do in the future. Please play around with this, because sometimes a idea hits me and it doesn't make any sense. It could just be out of nowhere, um, like feeling inspired to go feed the turtles at the pond over here. How does that make any sense? Well, I'll tell you how it makes sense. I couldn't see it at first, but now I know. I love being outside in nature, and every time when I go, I feel super calm. I feel super relaxed and refreshed, and I really enjoyed it. And I like thinking that I make the turtles' day even better. So how does this tie into the rest of my life? Well, it makes me feel like I'm doing good things. It makes me feel inspired. And honestly, it just makes me a more balanced person, which means when I come home, I feel like I'm ready to get to work again and create more content or create more art or do whatever it is I need to do that day. The second thing you really need to do to get inspired is you need to daydream. However that looks for you. When I was a kid, I would daydream all the time. I would just look out the window at school because I hated school. I was always so bored there. And I would just look out the window and think of cool things, other things, dreaming of things I would like to do in the future or things I'd like to have in the future or books that I was reading or things I was going to do that weekend with my friends. Like, stop spending so much time in your actual reality and dream more about other things that make you feel good. Because here's the thing, if you feel good, that's a really strong likelihood that you're going to magnetize all these ideas towards yourself. You know, like it really works that way. Okay. And then the third thing that you really need to do is practice being grounded in a way that doesn't make you feel bad. So I know I just said you should daydream, and you absolutely should. But in order to be inspired all the time, I think that you have to connect your mind and body in such a way that when these ideas come to you, it's not a random idea. Because sometimes when I get ideas, I just think to myself, my antenna was in the wrong place. Because when I start receiving ideas for things that are adjacent to what I do, but not really, I'm likely not going to bring them to life. I just think, yes, that wasn't meant for me. I was just kind of in that area, in that zone, and the idea just zapped over to me because I was listening, right? And so if your skill set doesn't match the idea that you want to bring to life, you're going to have to develop your skill sets in order to bring it to life, right? So have a good idea of what you can and what you can't do at this time, and then take the initiative, whatever excites you, do everything you can to learn the skills that you need to develop those types of ideas, like actually bring them to life. I know in filming, like I used to not have any idea of like how to create good videos. I have watched so much content learning about how to make better content, learning about how to edit better, learning about lighting, creating a mood, just all kinds of things, right? And while I have taken a lot of the advice from other creators, this doesn't mean that I'm going to do everything that they say. I'm just going to take that on board, and I am going to use it as part of my knowledge library in my head. And then when I decide, okay, I want to do something, usually that something is way easier than it would have been 2 or 3 years ago, because my skill sets are just so much more well developed and integrated into who I am. So I don't have to think about everything consciously. I can just do something and know that it's good. And that also helped with your confidence. So when you're confidently bringing an idea to life, it has a very different trajectory than if you were to just try something brand new for the first time, not have any idea how to even use a paintbrush, and here you are trying to create a masterpiece. While your piece may look beautiful, it's probably not going to turn out the way that you want it to, because you haven't been grounded enough to assess exactly where you're at, what your capabilities are, and then how you relate to the idea that you have in your mind. And then I'm going to add in a bonus. It's kind of number 4, but it's kind of just a bonus. When you are bringing ideas to life, please remember this. Your idea is just the vision that you get. How you refract that through you is going to be different, right? Because you can have a vision, and then by the time you're done, birthing this creation, it's going to have both you and the idea melded into one thing. And so it's going to look very differently than the idea just in your head, because the idea in your head didn't have your stamp on it just yet. So just in the same way that everyone has a different way of drawing, everyone has a different way of painting or singing or dressing, The same is true for how people translate ideas, because that's really what you're doing. It's a language that you're receiving. It's a kind of like a seed, but you translate it into something new by giving birth to it. So don't discredit yourself in the whole process, right? Like, I think also that ideas really, really like a strong, confident person. And that's probably why I receive so many, because I never doubt myself. I never doubt, should I bring this into reality? If I really want to, I do. If I don't want to, if it doesn't excite me, then I don't. I never second guess myself anymore. And this is something I'm incredibly proud of figuring out and learning how to do, because this is not the way that I've always been, right? So be confident, respect yourself, and also have a very good idea of like where your skill sets actually are and what you think you can do. And even if you want to play with an idea that you think is out of your league, just go and do it. And you might still find out that you love it. Just don't have any expectation then of what it's going to be in the end, because you'll just lose the joy that you could have had on that pathway because you're just stressed because why isn't it turning out the way you want it to? So just relax, take a step back, and be willing to see where things go. Stop trying so hard and just try new things for the fun of it and stay in the excitement of it. Like when you start seeing, hey, it's not turning out the way I wanted it to turn out anymore. So what? Find another reason for why you're excited about that piece. Stop pressuring yourself. Stop pressuring the ideas. They don't want to flow to people who are going to just pressure them. You gotta be willing to dance. You've got to want to dance, okay? And that's how it becomes this beautiful creation. But now the second part of the video. So just in case you think, well, that sounds all nice and good, but I would really rather just have you give me ideas. Don't worry. I was feeling inspired last night, so I just sat here and I jotted down some ideas. So we are going to do, I think I have 30 things you can do if you're bored right now and you want to try something new. All right? So the first 5 things are going to be done with pen and paper. So the first idea is you can find a YouTube tutorial of how to doodle. I looked up how to doodle flowers one time and it was so much fun and it was so easy and I loved the tutorials. It was so much fun. And so then it changed, it really changed my approach to drawing and painting, because I was like, oh, let me change my shapes around a little more. So it expanded my mind that way. Number 2, this is a journal prompt. If you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing right now? Pretend you've got all the money in the world. See yourself as having that. What would you be doing? And then, is there any way that you could take any step that could have you feeling like you're there? For example, maybe you want to be at the beach right now. Can you put a beach on your background on YouTube and pretend that you're there? Mix yourself a nice, I don't know, beachy drink, and just pretend you're there. You know, feel relaxed. 3, draw a strawberry in 3 different styles. You can look up tutorials on YouTube. 4, draw the scene in front of you. Just take in all the details of everything in front of you and just jot it down. And then think about it like, is there anything that you see for the first time because you're never quite present enough to take it in? 5, draw your favorite animal. Do you have a favorite dog? Do you have a favorite cat? draw them. I don't care how badly, just draw them. Try something new. Be brave. Be silly. All right. Then our next section is going to be 5 things you can do with social media. So filming yourself and posting it. Number 1, talk about your favorite book and end your video with a question for the watcher. So I don't know what your favorite book could be, but you can tell all the favorite things. I mean, just do bullet points or say 5 things I love about this book, and then end it with a question like, hey, what did you think of my number 5? Or do you have a point that I missed when I read this book? Or do you think there's something else that I could learn from rereading this book? I don't know. Come up with something fun. Then 2, tell a quick version of your life story. So just put in some bullet points like timelines and stuff like that. Make it fun. Have a good time telling your story. I find that if you play around with your story enough, you can come to a point where you have the really quick elevator pitch and then the longer version where you are talking to new friends for the first time and you want to connect with them, so you give them the more intimate story. Like, get creative with how you like to tell your story, because it doesn't even have to be all in numerical order. Like, sometimes you can just, like, you know how some books, they'll just drop you into the middle of the action, right? And then they'll back it up and they'll say, okay, 10 years ago, here's the backstory. Do something fun. Like, think about how you're portraying yourself to other people and have some fun with it. 3, play dress up and create a styling video. Either ask for advice, like how can I style myself better? Or give advice if you're very confident and you love your style, and say, here's one thing I would love to teach you about style. 4, film yourself creating something and then talk about the process, like how the process makes you feel. So if you're making art, talk about the process of what you experienced when you were going through the process of making it. Like, how does it feel when you get inspiration? Or what is a hardship that you're overcoming with your art currently? Or maybe you want to bake something. Talk about in the past, maybe you didn't bake, or you learned how to bake because it makes you feel closer to your mom or something like that, But it can really be anything. So have fun with it, okay? And then 5, this one's really easy. Review your favorite restaurant. Just talk about how much you love it. What's your favorite food there? If you can just go and do it in person, that's even better, because then you get videos of yourself in your outfit, what you're wearing, and videos of the food. But that's so easy. Just talk about things you love, and you'll notice that there's more things showing up in your experience to be loved by you, because you're so willing to love everything, and then more lovely things just come to you because you're appreciating them. So why wouldn't they? All right, 5. Now we're going to head into physical activities. So first, join the gym and do one workout. Either go to one of those fitness classes or watch a YouTube tutorial of like how to do, I don't know, leg day for beginners or something, and then go and do that. The confidence that you're gonna feel after you've just like gone and signed up and actually used that gym, it's gonna be a big boost, okay? Because whenever I'm brand new at a gym, I always feel silly, but after I'm there for a couple months, it just becomes like, I don't even think about it. I just know how everything works. So if you have social anxiety or you're trying to kind of push back that social anxiety, this is a great, great tip for you. 2, follow a dance tutorial here at home. The other week, I was really in the mood to do a dance tutorial, and I was like, man, I've got this. It's going to be super easy. It was so hard, but it was really fun, and it just made me feel really creative. So I definitely suggest that. 3, Go to a local fitness class. So these are not necessarily gym classes, although they can be, but you can have like spin classes, you can have pole classes, you can have like choreography classes. There's so many things. So research what fitness classes show up in your area and go try one out. And a lot of places you'll be shocked to find out you can just do like a free intro class, or like even a gym, they might let you use it for free for like 5 days or something, but they're trying to make you feel welcome so that you actually want to pay for it. So go and make the most of those opportunities. And then 4, walk around your neighborhood and say hello to everyone you meet. Say hello to the dogs, say hello to the babies, and just go and be friendly and be open. Because another thing the universe loves about people is when you're open, because then your ideas can start coming to you because you're, once again, receiving them. So go and try something new. Now, if there's creepy people in your neighborhood, please don't do this one. It's not a good idea. And don't force yourself to do things that make you feel unsafe. Like, please don't put yourself in danger. That's not what I'm saying. Number 5, lay in the grass and look at the clouds and find shapes. You can do this alone or with a friend. It's very easy, but it's the perfect thing to do to put yourself back into that space of being a kid and just daydreaming. Like sometimes all you need to do to get inspiration is to just stop trying so hard to work and be busy, because when you're in rest mode, that's when things will usually come to me. So laying on the grass and looking at the clouds, that's the perfect thing. All right. So next, we're going to have 5 things you can do to research. So the first thing is all of these you can either Google search, YouTube search, TikTok search, whatever you like. Look up your favorite color and learn everything you can about it. Where did it come from? What's the history of it? How is it produced? Can you find a how it's made video? And then learn all about it. 2, learn everything you can about your favorite food. Where does it come from? What's the history of it? Why is it so important to the culture where it came from? 3, your dream vacation. So look it up, see how much it costs to go there, see like all the reviews people are leaving for specific things in that area. What would you wear? How would you pack? What kind of airlines would you take? Like actually plan it out. And then once you're done, like see again, is there any way that you can make this happen? Or is there any way that you can do a version of that that makes you feel just light and free and inspired? And then 5, research your pet's breed. Now, if you don't have a pet, maybe this one's not for you. Or if you're going to get a pet, research about the breed that you would like to get. Or their color, or something like that. I don't know what they like to eat, what their favorite snacks are. Just be creative, try something new. All right, so we've got 2 more sections. The first one is paint. So this is going to be more of a traditional painting style. So I'm going to give you simple things that you can paint if you don't already have ideas. And please note, you can look up tutorials on YouTube for all of these, I am sure. Well, maybe not for the one, but the first thing you can look up or just paint from memory is a sunset. Sunsets can have so many different colors, so many different styles. It's up to you. I mean, the full thing could just be a sunset on your canvas, or you could add actual sun, mountains, sea, whatever you like. Silhouettes of people you love, silhouettes of trees. There's so many things you can do. 2, a seascape. Again, the sea and the ocean look very different from different perspectives, right? So I mean, if you want to do like a Maldives beach, it's going to look very different from, let's say, um, an Italian beach, right? So play around with things and kind of like either find a background on YouTube and then paint it from actually looking at it, or just look up a tutorial for how to paint a seascape. And then three, if you're already a pretty good painter, try painting a self-portrait. This is something I've been wanting to do, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've been busy doing lots of other things. So I kind of want to do this on sometime. Four, your favorite photo. Do you have a favorite photo with your grandma or your dog or of your dog or something like that? Or maybe a landscape that just makes you feel like so happy and so peaceful. Try painting it. You might be surprised at how easy it is or how difficult it is. And if you like doing it, it might make you want to paint more. And then number five, this is also another one for the more experienced painter, your dream home. How can you paint your dream home? Maybe a room inside, maybe from the outside looking in, um, maybe the landscape around your home, whatever you want this to be. But visualizing where you want to go and then dedicating time to dreaming about it, the universe loves that, the universe rewards that. So please play around more and have more fun. And then our last section is going to be music. And did you know that with Duolingo you can actually learn how to play piano? So I downloaded it months ago, and I can play piano a little bit with my Duolingo, but then my arm was sore again, so I stopped going and actually playing the real piano. We can rent here on base. There's 3 piano rooms. It's not part of the library. It's part of that MWR thing. But for like $2, I think it's $2 an hour, you can go and play piano for as long as the rooms are available. Every time I've gone, I've been the only one there using it. So I think that's really cool. If you live on a base somewhere like I do, uh, a military base, I should add, go and see what kind of pianos or music opportunities they have available. And then this is a bonus because I didn't write this down, but also see what theater is available in your area. I haven't done theater, but a lot of people do, and we have theaters here, and my mother-in-law plays theater, so there are so many cool things you can do. Okay. Number 2, play a new instrument. Play one that you've never played before. You can probably just go to a music shop somewhere near you and see if you can test drive a musical instrument. I don't know what the requirements are. I don't know if that's something they let you do or not. But again, like a lot of people or a lot of businesses have free trials for things. So just see like what's available. Don't be afraid to ask for things, because if they tell you no, then you're no different, you're no worse off than before when you didn't even feel comfortable enough to ask. Ask for opportunities. You might be surprised. And this is for, number 3 is for people who are already a little experienced with music. Compose a song. A new song, or brush up, I guess, on an old song that you've already composed, but you're kind of like trying to iron out some of the specifics. And then number 4, if you're a singer, why don't you write a song? Or maybe you're not a singer, but you have a friend who's a singer or something like that. You love writing songs. Write one. And then, I don't know, be inspired by your current surroundings, or be inspired by your favorite scene, or the view out your window. You know, inspiration can come from anywhere, anything. It's just about focus, really. And then number 5, I live in Japan, so karaoke is a huge thing here. So pretty much any time of the day, I could go and rent karaoke rooms within walking distance. So if you're near a karaoke machine, bar, whatever, go and try some karaoke. You might be surprised. You might actually love it. All right, so that's the end of my video, or that's the end of my ideas. So basically, I just want to encourage you, please do things messy. No one is watching you to grade your performance. And if they are, leave those people behind because they have no business judging you in that way. This is not school. And you're supposed to enjoy life. I enjoy life every day. I enjoy life in different ways every day. So please, I encourage you to go and try something new today. And if you found this video helpful, or if you really loved one of the ideas I suggested, please tell me in the comments below which one was your favorite. And then if you have any specific questions about future topics, please let me know. My list is quite long right now, but if you have something that pertains to you specifically, drop it in the comments. I'd be happy to make a video for you. And before I go, I wanted to show you. Wait, I think I already showed you. You know what? I'm going to show you again. These are some of my greeting cards that I have available, either on my website or at my Zazzle shop. They are going to be linked in the video below. So they come to you with envelopes so you can send it to your friend and they can have some art either for their refrigerator or they could frame this technically if they wanted to. And just tell your friends you're thinking of them. I love receiving snail mail and I love sending it too. So I really thought it would be fun to create greeting cards and postcards for those of us who still have a little bit of a soft spot for getting actual physical mail. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.